Welcome to my YouTube channel, Fueled by Pixie Dust. In this episode, I am going to teach you how to make a ponytail headband and possibly some matching gloves, depending if I have enough yarn out of this ball. I am going to be using a big twist party yarn, which is lovely. I love these colors. The name of this yarn is called Confetti. That's the color. And the hook that is recommended is 5.5 for crochet, but I'm actually going to use a little bit smaller. I'm going with a 4.5 crochet hook because I want a headband that is a little bit tighter and condensed, just so it could actually give me a little more warmth when I use this. Okay, so let's begin. Let's see how much fun we can have with this project. We're going to begin by creating a slip knot, and we're going to chain 25 stitches. For the weight stitch, we have to work in multiples of 2 plus 1, which is a turning chain. So it's a total of 25 stitches. At the end of your chain, you are going to turn your work and you're going to attach an elastic to the very first row, to the very first chain of row 1, and you need to do that through a slip stitch. Then you will continue with a single crochet in every chain. You should end up with 24 stitches at the end of row 1. Once you reach the end of row 1, you're going to insert a yarn marker into your very last stitch right before you turn your work. This becomes very important once you start making the actual puff stitches, which are the ones that give that beautiful wheat stitch look to your work. So once you put the marker on, you're going to turn your work and you're going to start on your second row. And the way that you're going to do this is you are going to insert your hook on the second loop. Your stitches should look like a side V, and you're going to insert your hook on the stitch on the loop that is on the back, just like I'm doing here. And that's what you're gonna do for the rest of this row. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to continue receiving my videos. Please also like this video and share it with your friends. Now we're finishing row 2. Make sure that you attach the last stick to this row as well. You need to do that for every single row to complete this headband. Then we're going to start row 3, in which we're going to work the puff stitch. When we're in row 3, we're going to start working on the puff stitches. We're going to chain 1 after we hook the elastic into this row. We're going to single crochet on the first stitch. Then we're going to skip the next stitch and single crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to go back to the skip stitch, yarn over, insert, and yarn over, and pull for a total of 5 loops into our hook. Then we're going to pull through again, leaving 2 loops at the top, yarn over and pull again, leaving 1. And this is how we end up creating the wedge stitch. So we're going to do that again. Okay. So we're going to do 1 single crochet right after this. So we count the 5 loops, and I had to redo it again. There we go. So we insert again, pull. We should have 5 loops into the hook. We're going to pull yarn through the 4 first loops, leaving only 2 behind. Sometimes end up catching the yarn from a previous loop. Now we're going to pull 1 more time, just leaving 1 less pull. Do a single crochet, and that's how you finish your wedge stitch, which is actually your puff stitch, which makes up the wedge stitch. So we're going to do it again. Skip, insert a second time, make sure you have 5 loops on the hook. Yeah, and it gets a little tangled up. Unfortunately, into this type of yarn that has several strings, sometimes it becomes a little complicated once you're pulling yarn over, but that's okay. We have time to do it again. So we insert for a second time. We should have 5 loops on the hook. Pull through the first 4 loops, leaving only 2 at the top. I'm going to yarn over, pull 1 last time. There's a puff stitch. Now we close it by doing a single crochet right after. Then we start all over again. And this is all we do on the 3rd row and on the 4th row. Something to remember is we want to finish with a single crochet on the first stitch as well as on the last stitch. I know it sounds kind of complicated, but once you keep working on it, it will become second nature, and it's such a gorgeous and beautiful stitch. So I have finished crocheting all around, and it is a little hard to see. I am having this inside out, the area where you can see the pronounced stitches, that's the outside of the headband, and the inside is the part that doesn't show any type of the stitches. And honestly, you could wear it either way, whatever you believe is a little more your style. And I went in and I measured this around my head, and I think it looks really good. I'm comfortable with it. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to pin it all together, and I'm going to sew it. And that will be the end. And I will be able to start wearing this right away, which makes me very excited. Since I made it to the circumference of my head, it will fit me perfectly. If you're making one for you, I will suggest just keep measuring and see what it feels like to you. And if you're making this for someone else, I will put in the description of the video what are the measurements for the average adult head. One thing I want to point out, and perhaps you can see it, let me turn this around, in the video, is the area where we started here that has the first chain and adjacent chain before we did the width stitch on every side. Does not exist on the very last row, and that is because when I go in, stitch this all together and flip the hat, I wanted to make sure that this will look like the rest of the rows and that it wouldn't look too significantly different. So if you like this video, please check out, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, it makes a difference. And if you like crocheting, please check out my crochet playlist on this channel. I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy your ponytail headband. Something that I forgot to mention, what to do in the video, is how to sew the hat. So what I did was I finished my last row here by where the elastic was, and I left a really long piece of yarn for me to sew. So with a yarn needle, I continued to sew the hat, but to help me, I tried to match the ends of my hat with a marker, and then I just continue to sew. And the way that I am doing this is inside out. I am putting through the needle from underneath every stitch, the V right there, and connecting with the other stitch on the other end. And I pull this through a little too long. Okay. And I throw the hook of the yarn, the loop of the yarn, over the needle because I'm looking for this. It just, I believe, is a more secure stitch. And it actually creates a little chain almost from the top all the way to the bottom. And this is something that is just really nice. I think it's going to look so good once it is actually done. This was not a hard project to do. It did not take a long time. And it was really, at some point, it seemed like once you learn the stitch, it's almost like second nature. You didn't have to think about it too much. You learn the combination. which at the beginning the width stitch was a stitch that really made me nervous. I didn't feel like I could do a good job with it. I was intimidated by it. So I just wanted to show you that, you know what, if there's a project out there that you really want to do, go for it, and just give it your best shot. And I think you would be surprised by how good everything's gonna turn out. So I'm just gonna finish this here, but I just want to show you how amazing this actually turned out for me. I am so very, very proud. Is it perfect? No, but it doesn't have to be. This is just a project that I will be using myself, and each and every time that I do this is gonna get better. So I hope this was a fun project for you as well, and I hope you keep on crocheting and having a great time. See you next time.